Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we're looking at another seasonal beer, another kind of Christmas beer. It is a bottle of BrewDog's There Is No Santa. It is a limited edition seasonal stout brewed with cocoa nibs and ginger stems. I think this is primarily brewed for the Scandinavian market. And it's, yes, so it's 4.7%. It's not often BrewDog brew a stout of this kind of size. Not often they brew a stout full stop, to be honest. But I've always had a fondness for Riptide, and I guess later on the cask version of Riptide became kind of lower ABV, so I'm sure there's similarities. Anyway, in the glass, I've got a light in front of me, and it's coming up more kind of crimson than black. Yeah, it looks like a very kind of heavy, rich red wine. It's like a really dark crimson, more than black. So not very dark. Would you? I guess it could be a porter by any other name. Anyway, let's have a sniff. Ooh, definitely quite a lot of ginger, but it's a sweet. It's more of a sweetened ginger, like you get in those. If I knew how to pronounce it, I would. But it's those little German chocolate-covered kind of gingerbread biscuits. It's got a lot of that in it. There's a bit of hops in the background. A slight metallic quality in there. Maybe a kind of like a roasted barley quality, but there's not a kind of like a heavy roasted malt quality to this. I think it's mainly because that ginger has is kind of overpowering everything else. I'm just trying to warm it up a bit. This is kind of cellar temperature. I keep my bottles, a lot of my bottles on the top of our cellar steps, which this time of year is really quite cold. Yeah, it's an interesting smelling beer, but as I said, those little German biscuits, chocolate covered gingerbread, it's definitely that. Anyway, let's have a taste. It reminds me in a lot of ways of Zeitgeist. It's quite thin. It's not stouty. Once again, the flavours that I promised on the nose come through in the mouth. Ginger, chocolate. But yeah, like a chocolatey, gingery biscuit. There's a chocolatey quality in there, definitely. And the back end, I'm getting quite like a burnt flavour and a bit of hot bitterness. It's a bit of a wet lettuce, to be honest. It's nice enough. It's a bit of a gimmick. I mean, I've got their Christmas porter in also to review at another point. Spiced Christmas beer. It's not a stout. I don't know why they ever said it was a stout. It's because it's thin. If they'd have said spiced Christmas dark ale, I mean, it kind of does its job. But if you compare this to, say, like an Anchor Christmas, it don't even come close. It's just, it's a dark beer, bit fizzy, bit like a black lager. No, not as good as Zeitgeist even, and just a bit of. Anyway, it's not terrible, but by no means is it that interesting. So yeah, and that is There Is No Santa from BrewDog, 4.7%. Spiced Christmas beer. It's not impressing me. It's not terrible, but it's certainly not impressing at all. Anyway, I'm Rob from HopZine.com, and I'll see you next time. Cheers.